Okay, hello YouTube world. This is a quickie, Sunday morning, very early. So I am doing this off the back of the tests that I did in my last video. I've combined two different pouring mediums because I have a lot of leftover paints. So I'm going for the Owatrol and the PVA, 50% of both. So still 2 to 1, so 1 part paint, 2 parts pouring medium. And I'm going to do one of my swipes and balloon smashes, kisses. So I'm going to go for a flip cup for the sky. I haven't even got my cups ready. I think we'll go for 3 flip cups. Yes. 3 flip cups. Put those to the side. And I'm going to go for a base down here. This is Prussian blue, I think. I'm just going to go for a little bit of a swoosh there. Now the tests that I just did, I did them for my benefit really, because of, you know, it's no good taking other people's word for things that PVA is going to work, because the Owatrol Floetrol's not really doing what I want it to do at the moment. I don't know why. And you really have to see what works for you. So that's why I kind of did the tests. And I was pleasantly surprised actually by, what am I looking for? I was pleasantly surprised by the PVA. I was pleasantly surprised by the PVA being 70% PVA, so Screwfix or B&Q, No Nonsence PVA, and then mixing it with so 700ml PVA and 300ml plain old water. Don't bother with distilled, although I you know the water you get from your tumble dryer, I guess is that distilled? Somebody might have to correct me, but anyway, that's what I was using. But I wonder whether it had some impurities in it, I don't know. So I'm just using plain old water. But as I said, at the moment I am using leftover paints from those pours, and those paints were a little bit on the thin side, I think. So if you use Liquid-X pouring medium or the PBO pouring medium, I think you need to go on the side of your paints being slightly thicker, your consistency being slightly thicker for things to hold their shape. And again, it depends what technique you're doing, doesn't it, really? I am used to having a thinner consistency for my paints because I do a lot of swipes. I started off using the golden paints, and of course they're fluid. Golden fluid paints are very fluid. You don't need to add any water, you know, but you just have to get what your budget can afford. You still get good results. Using other pouring mediums. It's just what you like and what your budget can afford. So we're going for a flip cup, and that is way too thick. I don't know if you can see that. It's quite mound upon a mound upon a mound. No, that's not good. I mean, this is just a base colour, so I'm swiping over that. It's taken me a long time, guys, to get my consistency right. A long time. Probably a year of trying this, trying that, making mistakes. So a really good tip is get some card, put all your paints, doubles of your paint all along, and then just go like that and see which runs the fastest. And you know you have to match the rest of them to that consistency. But I haven't got time to do that now. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock this morning and it is now 9:30. So why am I doing this? I have no idea. So this is Payne's Grey. This is Prussian blue. This is indigo. And this is silver mixed with a little bit of the indigo. So I want the top to be quite dark, the middle to be lighter. Put a bit of the indigo in there as well. Indigo in there. It's just that, as I said, it's the dregs of paint that I'm using up, so we'll just see what we get. Sometimes when I don't plan things too carefully, I actually end up with quite a good painting. So we'll see how we go. So I'm going to be doing a series of paintings to go into, well, hopefully go into a couple of local shops that have quite prominent footfall. But I need to go for interviews with my jewellery and with my paintings to see whether they will accept me or not. My husband is fantastic. He's a fantastic salesman, and he goes into these places and he just asks, and I'm cowling in the background saying, no, please don't do that. But like all things in life, if you don't ask, you don't get. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. So side to side motion without losing too much paint. Into my hands. Okay, so we're going to do this white now, and what I've got, my colours here, I hope you can see them. So I've got gold, but I've siphoned some off and put a couple of drops of black, and I mean a couple of drops of black. This is pearl white, a couple of drops of black. This is cerulean blue, yes, a couple of drops of black. And this is a PVA Studio Acrylics, I think it's number 30-ish, a couple of drops of black. Can't tell you the colour. So I'm going to start with blues. But this won't be very exciting to start off with, I can assure you. So I'm just doing a base, really, because I want my flowers to stand out. Let's go for the other blowtorch. Much safer. That's selling up already. Paper towel in. See what happens. So I'm going to do some Blue and Kisses over the top of that. But I'm going to leave it just for 10 minutes. I'm going to leave this for 10 minutes, guys. Right. So I'm going to go back in with my balloon smashes now, with some cells developing. So I'm going to go in with the brighter colours. One at a time. Actually, I've got enough paint to do another one of these in the series. If I scrape the paint that's on the table, I might get away with not really making up too much more. Now, I think this paint is probably still too thin, but we'll see how we go, shall we? So by darkening up your background, it's quite nice actually, because you do end up with your flowers popping. I've conveniently left my step ladders somewhere really safe and I can't find them. So I'm not quite up as high as I'd like to be. But you can see at the bottom there what I mean by splitting the cells. And if you get bigger cells than this, sometimes it's great because you get little petals. And then we go up to the flowers, which really stand out against the background white being below. And the flowers popping, and then the sky, quite dark. But this is obviously very contemporary painting. There you go. So here we have the dried results. We're obviously looking at the one on the right, and it has dried beautifully. It's got such a shimmer and a shine to it, and a depth and a darkness at the top. If I just pick it up and move it towards the camera, hopefully you'll be able to see what I mean. Let's just flip the screen out. Okay. It really is really, really nice. And this hasn't even been varnished. I'd take it outside, but it's chucking it down with rain. But really, really pleased actually. So I've put that there so that you could see these. Let's just move over here. So these were the tests that I did side by side. This one here, this top one, that was just the PVA. Just the PVA. And this one, as you can see, was just the Owatrol. No effects, no lacing, few bubbles, nothing more. So this, I combined the two together. So it's 50-50. 50% PVA with water and 50% Owatrol to 1 part paint. And I'm going to stick with this for a while and see where it takes me. Thanks for watching, guys.